My name is Jimena Sanchez, and I am Senior Associate for Colombia here at the Washington Office on Latin America. I'm very pleased to be here with Luis Fernando Arias of the National Organization for Indigenous Peoples of Colombia, the ONIC. He is the Secretary General of this organization that represents 102 of the indigenous groups in Colombia. Luis, muchas gracias por estar aquí con nosotros hoy. Quisiéramos preguntarles cuál es la postura de los pueblos indígenas acerca del Tratado de Libre Comercio entre Colombia y Estados Unidos. Luis, we would like to ask you, what is the point of view of indigenous peoples with regards to the free trade agreement between Colombia and the United States?
Bueno, nuestra postura frente al Tratado de Libre Comercio es oponernos, primero, porque va a acelerar.
On the free trade agreement is to be adamantly opposed to it. First of all, it's going to accelerate the extinction culturally of our peoples, and secondly, it's going to lead to devastating consequences for the nature in our territories.
Y tercero, pone en grave riesgo la supervivencia física, cultural y biológica no solamente de los indígenas.
The free trade agreement threatens greatly the survival of the biodiversity in our territories. You are here this week to speak with members of the U.S. Congress. What are the issues that you've been raising with them?
Las preocupaciones que tenemos y que le hemos planteado al Congreso americano son las.
We have been speaking with members of Congress this week about the systematic violations that indigenous people have been subjected to, in particular the threats, the persecution, and the signaling that has taken place against our leaders.
Y segundo, que de manera reiterada hemos venido denunciando una serie de violaciones a los derechos humanos ante la embajada y no hemos tenido ningún tipo de respuesta. Este año presentamos un documento de 30 páginas donde se señalan todas las violaciones a los derechos humanos en el marco del Plan Colombia y aún no hemos tenido ninguna respuesta.
Also, we raised awareness this week with the violations, the systematic human rights violations committed against indigenous peoples. We have presented to the U.S. Embassy in Bogota a report that's over 30 pages of systematic violations of human rights against our indigenous people within the framework of Plan Colombia, and we, up until now, have not received a response. Usted, Luis Fernando, you've received threats due to your work. Can you just comment on that briefly?
Sí, concretamente el 24 de marzo del año 2008, dos tipos armados en una motocicleta llegaron hasta mi residencia.
On the 24th of March, recently this year, two armed men who came to my residence through motorcycles talked to the housekeeper at my house and asked for me. They were carrying arms that are types of arms that the armed forces carried. ¿Por qué pensás que vinieron a su casa? Why do you think they came to your residence?
Bueno, en primer lugar, nosotros creemos que es un hecho premeditado con una intención.
We believe that this was a premeditated act and that the intention was to kill me. And secondly, we believe that it was an effort to silence us in our effort to defend human rights, but also in our effort to voice our opposition to the free trade agreement.
Frente a eso no vamos a claudicar.
Muchas gracias, Luis Fernando.
Gracias a ustedes.
Thank you very much.